Hello, good morning, guys. I did send two links last night. Guys, can you please thumbs it up as soon as you come in? Just thumbs it up, yeah? I did send two links last night. Guys, can you please thumbs it up as soon as you come in? Just thumbs it up, yeah? Thumbs up as soon as you come in, guys. Thanks. Thank you so much. So I'm waiting for everyone to come on, but I'm not staying on here long. Then we're gonna pop over to the next link that I have already sent out. Okay? This one is easy, so I expect everyone to be on here. What we're gonna be discussing is possibly, it's not possibly, it's something you might get in the exam. So it's having to do with health and technology. So if you see the thumbnail, is health and technologies, how technology affects your health. And in the meantime, if you can for me, can hi Sheiks. Hi Sheiks. Thank you for thumbsing up, guys. Thank you for thumbsing up. Yeah, so whatever group you are in, technology does affect you. So if you want to listen, even if you're not a part of this group, that will be lovely because it's a good topic, and it's a topic area that we all can relate to. Good morning, SN. See you. Thank you guys for coming in. Please remember to thumbs up as you come in. Thumbs up as you come in. Thumbs up as you come in, please. Okay, health and technology. While you're there waiting, think about how technology can affect your health. Yeah? Negatively. So think of two negative ways in which technology can affect your health, and drop it in the comments so I can see it, okay? I have 11 watching. If you haven't thumbs up, please thumbs up while you're watching. Addicting. It is very addicting. It is very addictive. Yes, it's very addictive. So I need two comments from each person on here. Two ways. Yeah? Yeah? So you're going to drop in the comments two ways in which technology can affect your health. So, Solid say it's addicting, which is very true. It's very addictive. Think of how many sleepless nights we stay up just on on your mobile or on your tablet on social media. Think of the length of time you spend on there. Yeah, so it's very addictive, especially if you're on there, you're waiting to see what your friends and your family members are updating. And it's very addictive sometimes because sometimes you use it as a way to fill the gap. So if you're bored, you're using it. but you don't understand that even though you are doing that, it's very addictive, and you just keep on doing it, and then it gets so normal for you to be on the computer or whatever computing device you are on, that it just feels normal, but it does become an addiction. Well done. Well done. Next strain. I was hoping someone would say that. I think I am a victim of that as well. A lot of us don't know that with our posture, yes, you have to use the correct posture, especially if you're sitting around a desktop computer. You need to use the correct posture. So you can't slouch like that because you will get back injury or neck injury. And you can't sit like that because then it will still affect your back. So you need to ensure that you're sitting in the correct position. Yes? Well done. So I'm waiting on the others to come in so I can see it. So next strain, and someone says very addictive. I don't see anyone else commenting. Okay, so I've only had 2 comments on there. I don't know if it's because I'm not refreshing or it's coming in through on my end late, because you know with the packages, sometimes when it comes to the other end, it takes a while to put itself back together. Yeah. So if you look at the topic of the lesson, or it's not a lesson, it's a talk really. It's how technology can affect our health. Technology can affect our health in 2 ways, in positive ways and in negative ways. So I'm going to start talking about some of the negative ways that it can affect us. So SN say technology will affect people health by carrying head radiation. That's a possibility. But at the moment, we're just going to think about the things that we can see, but that's a big possibility. Yes? So, one of the first things, when I'm talking, just drop it in the comments because I'm still waiting on everyone to answer. Yes? The first one I am going to be talking about is digital eye strain. So that occurs in a lot of us. We get digital eye strain. So we strain our eyes because we are constantly on a device that does not have a screen protector on it, and it does strain our eyes. I will say I'm a victim of that as well, because I currently now wear glasses because I strain my eyes on computers, because I work with computers. I live on computers, and with the technology age, hello, HM. Yes, and with technology age now, it's everything is digital. Nearly everything is digital. So we tend to be on our computing device for a number of hours. And whilst technology can be good, we need to actually regulate or monitor our use in order for us to have a positive experience with technology. That's fine. That's fine. But you can try to do it on your phone if you're out, okay? SM? Yeah? So, yeah, so you have to think of ways in which you can be using technology in a positive way, in a way that will actually prevent you from actually hurting yourself or coming down with something, because there are numerous things that can happen with the overuse of technology. Yes. So according to the American Optometrist Association, prolonged use of computers, tablets, and cell phones can lead to digital eye strain. Yes. Symptoms of digital eye strain may include blurred vision, It may include dry eyes. Sometimes your eyes get really dry, and neck and shoulder pain. So you are correct. Neck and shoulder pain is I think I'm suffering from that now, actually. And that's with, I am talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself about monitoring the use of technology. What you probably want to do is to set up a time that you will take a break from technology, because with using, because everything is so mobile, we'll have our mobile phones everywhere we go. We'll have our mobile phones everywhere we go. And as a result of that, it's constant updates. You'll get constant updates. And it's now become a norm. It's an expectation that you are to respond to someone's email, someone's text, someone's messages instantly. And if you don't, people will be upset with you because you didn't answer in a you didn't answer straight away. But Solid, thank you, Solid. Okay, thank you so much for that. So you need to ensure that you are actually using technology in the correct manner. Yeah, because the long-term effect sometimes is not pretty, and when we're younger it doesn't seem, it's as if it's nothing when you're younger, but as you get older, then the symptoms become more evident in your body, in whatever aspect it is affecting you. You will become, you will see it more, it will become more evident. Yes. So contributing factors, yes. So things that cause eye strain, they say, is screen glare, bad lighting, and improper viewing distance. Yes. So let's talk about bad lighting. Sometimes people, including myself, we like to watch a device in a dark room because it's comfortable. It's what we used to. And the cinemas, they've portrayed this. Like when you go to a cinema, like previously, I think a lot of people don't go to cinemas anymore, but I still do go to cinemas. So when you go to a cinema, it's all dark and you're focused on the screen. Yeah, that's improper lighting. Yeah, or when it's kind of dim, that does affect a lot of people. It affects my eyes if the lighting, it's not bright or it's not too dark. It has that in between glare, that in between mode of lighting. It affects my eyes. I have to wear my glasses whenever I have that particular lighting. Obesity, well done. It can cause obesity. Well done. That's a point we're going to touch on later on. It can cause obesity. Well done. Yes. So the next one we're going to talk about is muscular skeletal problems. So it's muscular skeletal problems. Yeah. So it's a lot to do with, when you hear this, what do you think of? No one's writing in my comments. Oh, yes. Okay, let's discuss some of what you are putting in the comments, yeah? Obesity. This can cause, technology can cause obesity, depending on how that particular person used technology. And as we say, using technology, you need to use it the right way, because technology can be good and it can be bad. Sometimes we have a tendency, not people, I'm including myself in it. Hello, SM. Hello, Money. Sometimes people have a tendency to sit in front of a device, not doing any physical activity. And if you sit, thank you, darling. If you sit in front of a technology, any sort of device, for long periods of time without taking a break, without any physical activity, over a number of time, this can result in obesity because you're sitting in front of that device, you're watching whatever you're watching, you're catching up on social media, and you're also, hello everyone for coming. Thank you for coming, everyone. And you're snacking and you're sitting or you're lying down or you're in an improper posture, that will result in or will contribute to obesity. So that's a very good topic. It does contribute to technology. I don't think it causes it, it contributes to it. So it's a factor in how you use it. Because technology, you can use it for a number of things and still be healthy, still not be obese. But for people who indulge in just watching and not moving, because you need to move. Yeah, your body was made to move. And oh, well, for most of us, that is, I will say for most of us, we were made to be active. We were made to move. Yes. So what I will say is, let me just check my comments because I can't see my comments at the moment. Yeah. So hello, Gunter. Good morning. It's not that kind of show, Gunter, but thank you for coming. Please like up the stream. Please, guys, please like up the stream. Yes. So, obesity, technology can be a contributing factor to obesity. Yes, it doesn't cause it, it contributes to it because it's how you use it. Yeah. What's the other one? Someone else says violence. Okay, that's very debatable. Can you, in the comments, drop in the comments some of the reason why you think technology can cause violence? Because it's very debatable. Some people would say, yes, it will cause violence, and others will say, no, it does not cause violence. It's what you watch, it's what you feed your mind, it's what you feed your body. Oh, thank you, Solid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So it's what you feed your mind, yeah? So whatever you feed your mind, this is how it will impact you mentally and physically, yeah? Yes? So how it affects you mentally and physically is how it's the way you use it. Yes? So violent. If you have a tendency to be violent or you have a violent mannerism already, yes, and you're trying to work on this, I am not an expert. I am somewhat an expert because I am a teacher and I've seen this many times and I've experienced it. What you need to do is to watch less violent things. It's just like the lesson that we had last week where we spoke about positivity. Whatever you feed your brain is what you're telling your mind, it's what you're telling your body, it's what you are going to become. Yes? Thank you so much. It's what you are going to become. Yeah? So if you have a tendency to be violent, if you have a violent mannerism, if watching violent programs or playing violent games affect you, CUTP or AT, yes, if you have a violent tendency. So that together, the characteristics that you have with watching violent games, it can result in you being violent. But I don't think, it's my opinion, but share your opinion in the comments so I can know what you're thinking. Yeah. So if you have a tendency to be violent, if you have a violent characteristic or mannerism, then you watch violent games on top of it, there is a possibility that you might become more violent. Yeah. So I don't think technology causes it. I think it contributes to it depending on use. So if that's the tendency that you have, or the characteristic or mannerism that you already have, I would suggest watching less. What's Pogs? I'm not sure what Pogs is. Can you put the message in there, please? Can you, if you have that type of characteristics already, I would suggest that you watch less violent shows or play less violent games. That's my opinion on the matter, depending on my experience as a teacher so far. Yes, and so that's my opinion on that subject. So violence is a result of your characteristics and how you use it. So it does, hello Thomas, it does contribute to it. So please put in the comments what you think about, and we can discuss it further on, what you think about technology being a cause of violence. Yes, please do that for me. So the next one, I wanted to touch on muscular skeletal problems. Yeah, so that's having to do with your bone. Yeah, as you talk about muscular and skeletal, so you know it's two words smashed up together. Yeah, when you use a smartphone, the chances are that you're holding your head. Yeah, you're holding your head in an unnatural forward leading position. Can you see what I'm doing? This position puts a lot of strain on your neck and spine. So if you're constantly doing this, your head is not meant, it wasn't naturally meant to be in this position. But as a result of us using our phones so often, we have become accustomed to that position, myself included. I have been practicing sitting up because I do feel the strain in my neck because I do use technology. You know, I'm a technology teacher. So you holding your head down like this, it will cause stress on your neck, your shoulders, and your spine. Yeah. So what you want to do is practice holding your head up during intervals. Like time yourself and go, okay, I'll put my head up like in, or set what I would do, because you might not remember, because sometimes you get so engrossed in what you're doing on that particular device at that time that you don't remember that you need to take a break. So set a timer. Yeah, the timer will help you to remember to hold your head up. And I do this a lot. Yeah, so you do from side to side if you can, back and forth, or just rotate your head into different position. That will help you with your neck. Yeah, just take a break. You know that they with it. The club went up yesterday. I heard that they lit it. I heard that they lit it. Calling me. Just take a break and that will help you. Okay? So a small 2017. You know that they with it. The club went up yesterday. I heard that they lit it. I heard it. Sorry. I will call you back. Yes, so overuse of technology can also lead to repetitive strain injury of fingers, thumbs, and wrist. Yes, I lift weights. If you follow me on, if you subscribe to me, you know that I do weights. So I have it two ways. So I have to ensure that I do my exercises. Yeah, I do those after any workout, just to ensure that I get that stretch and I don't hurt myself. So I do continuous stretches after every workout. And you know what? Technology sometimes it does put a strain on a lot of things, not just your mental, but also your physical. So as I said, set a timer so that once you set the timer will remind you to take breaks. Yeah? take frequent breaks, and I said stretch, create your space. Try to create a space that is more neutral to how you would normally sit, providing that you have good posture. Most of us don't have good posture, so we have to practice that as well. So these are just some of the ways. So ensure you just take a break. Yes. Remember, just ensure you take a break, okay? Thank you so much. Ensure you take a break. And then we're going to move on to the next one. If you have a persistent pain, meaning the pain is continuous, and it's as a result, you sometimes you're not sure if it's technology or it could be just a result of you being ill. But with the strain, sometimes it's a continuous pain. And if the pain persists, please see a doctor. Yeah? Please see a doctor if you have a pain that won't go away, because sometimes that may be a result of something. Yes? Sleep problems. Technology in, oh gosh, sleep problem. Tell me about this sleep problem, guys. Sleep problem in the bedroom using the interface. As a result of the interface, this will, constantly staring at any sort of computing interface. Yeah? You staring at it, it's straining your eyes are hurting, it makes it harder for you to sleep. Yeah? So tell me, give me some of the reasons you might feel that it affects you sleeping. Just drop 2 words in there. So, okay. So TP said, yeah, solid. Shout out. Solid. Shout out. Thank you, Solid. Thank you. Shout out to Solid. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you for the contribution, Solid. Thank you so much. So, TP said, yeah, it is possible depending on how influenceable the person is. Like, if you see little boys, they copy what they see, like rustling moves or pretending they have a gun from video games. Okay, so you're talking about kids, yes? Sometimes, depending. So that will be as a result of them viewing certain things that they shouldn't be viewing. This is why this stream is not for kids at all, because when it comes on to kids, that would depend on their parents. Their parents will need to regulate what they watch, monitor what they watch, put on parental settings on what they watch. Yes? So that you can protect your kids. Because kids, they're not meant to be on any device, on the internet, just all willy-nilly without any supervision. Kids are meant to have supervision, yeah? So if you come in, please like up the stream, guys. And she says, and everything they experience when we are little builds up to a person's personality. So I can agree. Awesome. That is very awesome. I love that. I love that. Yes. So your past and your background, it all contribute to the adult you become. Well done. That's an excellent point. Yeah. So if when you were a young child, you persistently watch certain types of games, and it's almost like you're rewiring, yeah? You're reconstructing your mind. So you're not growing up in a natural form that you would normally have to go outside and play, or to interact with your friends physically, or to even call. People don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore because it feels like it's hard work. We'll be messaging multiple people at the same time. at the same time, and that's how we live, that's how I live. And I will say I need to work on that. We all need to work on that, because we don't want to talk to anyone, because it does take us away from actually talking to multiple persons at the same time. Sometimes we'll be messaging like 10, 15 people at the same time. Some people are good at like that. I'm not good like that. 5 is the most. Group 20 or more, yes, but if it's a group. So what I would suggest is that you need to set aside time to interact and to physically visit friends and family, or to physically talk to friends and family members, because in the age that we're living in is so difficult. We'll get sucked into technology so much that because we live on there, we don't actually interact physically with the outside world. And with the pandemic, it's becoming even harder and harder for us to interact physically with the outside world. Well, thank God. I think today, correct me if I'm wrong, today is the day that our lockdown ends. Is it? Or is it the 4th? I saw something like the 4th. I'm not sure. Put it in the comments. Remind me when our lockdown ends. Because it means that we can now go out and interact with our friends and family members without the sometimes I think people were already doing it, but it was a ruling from the government that we were meant to only interact with 6 people that were in our bubble. Yeah. And or us, we're in college, we're in school, we can't avoid that, so we'll interact that way as well. So yeah, so continuing on the point about violence and violent behavior, if you have a tendency to be violent, please watch less violent shows. It's just like if you're sad and you watch sad shows, you feel sad. So everything you watch, it does affect you emotionally. And once it affects you emotionally, sometimes it's displayed in your actions and your characteristics as well. Yeah. A number of times it is. Yeah. So like if you're watching a song, you're watching the video of the song and you're listening to it, it does affect you, and it affects your mood, and you want to dance. That's why when I work out, I do listen to music. It helps to pump me up both mentally and physically. Yeah, the beat helps me, and the wording of the song does help me as well. So what I would suggest is say, TP said again, yes, apparently. TP said again, like I see teenagers close to my age, but because they grow up into more modern environment, like using social media from a young age, and the music, it's so different nowadays. We have different views. Yes, we have different views now, because now we are more aware. Well, some of us are aware, and sometimes even if we are aware of how technology impacts us physically and mentally, it does still, it doesn't stop us from actually still indulge in overwatching. It doesn't stop us, because it's like, oh, it's my thing, it's what I do. It's what I do. Yes, it's what you do, but remember, physically and mentally it could be affecting you. So I'm not saying to stop using it, I'm just saying to use it in a more effective, more appropriate manner. Yes? So that's one of the points there. So let's go back to what I was saying. So sleep. So you can become sleep deprived as well. I have had to tell some people, and I have had to remind myself, that before I go to bed, or before you go to bed at night, please don't stare at your screen. Don't let staring at your screen, your mobile phones or your tablet or your laptop, be the last thing you look at before you go to bed, because that will affect your sleep. Yeah, and sometimes it's more difficult. Will actually people will actually not sleep well, or they'll find it difficult to sleep or to go to bed. Some people don't go to sleep at all. They're on their devices all night. And then in the morning, it's difficult for them to focus. And hey Maya. Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, darling. Big up Maya, big up, big up, big up, big up, my girl. Yes. So sleep, you can become sleep deprived. So please try to use technology in a more effective manner. Please don't watch it. See, according to the National Sleep Foundation, 90% of people in the United States, I don't know, I'm always quoting United States, but it is my findings, and you can still do your research. Just don't take my word for it. Always do your research, because on the internet, never just take what you see or what you hear. Always do your research. Always do further research. I will always say do further research, and that's what I will say. Do further research into the matter. See how it affects you or impact your life. Yes. So just don't take anyone's word for it. Do your research. Yeah. So this research suggests that 90% of people, say in the United States, but I'm gonna find some UK ones as well, say that they use tech devices in the hour before going to bed, which can be physically and psychologically stimulating enough to affect sleep. So as I was saying, sometimes it can be difficult. It's difficult for me because I live on my phone, my mobile phone. So my phone will be probably to be the last thing I look at. But I am practicing turn it not I don't switch it off, which I should actually. I turn the face of my mobile phone down like a few minutes before I go to my bed. And with regular practice, it will become your norm and it will help your sleep pattern. Yeah. So it affects you. And demonstrating that exposure to the blue light that devices emanate can suppress melatonin and interrupt your clock. Yes, your circadian clock. So both of these effects can make it harder to fall asleep. So please try. I know some of you are always sleep deprived, like when I see you, whether adult or student. Whenever I see you, it's become the norm, because especially with remote working and remote learning, it's all about screens. So we need to take a break. I will take a break and I will finish this. I will give you 10 about 15 minutes break, and then we can jump on to the other screen. And as you see, we live on screens. And this is why we need to know practice appropriate use. Yeah, because long-term effects can be quite damaging to us. So we need to practice appropriate use. Yeah. So having electronic devices in the bedroom places temptation at your fingers, and it can make switching off more difficult. That in turn can make it harder to drift off when you sleep. It is. At night, if you don't switch your mobile phone off, you will hear all the notifications coming in. Even if it's on silent, it's on vibrate, you will still hear that vroom, 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 vroom. So it's affecting you if you're trying to sleep. So they're suggesting as well, and that's not me, it's my research, is suggesting that you try, if switch your phone off completely if you can, or not have your device in your bedroom, because it does affect your sleep pattern. It's difficult. I know it's difficult for me as well, but effective use is very important. I want to end it here because I don't want to go on too long. I wanted to talk about emotional problems, but we did add emotional problems we talked about emotional problems last week, so I'm not going to dive into that. I'll put the slides up where you can read it. Yeah. So let's talk about the positives now, and we're going to end it on a positive note. So, positive effects of technology. Yeah. So, technology plays a role in virtually every part of our lives, whether we're aware of it or not. These are just a few of the ways in which technology may positively impact our physical and mental health. So, health apps. Yes, you know, you have the applications now that you can check your health on. Yes. So that will help you to monitor your health. And you know the one that the NHS is asking us to have, so it can help if it can identify if you have a cough that is persistent, which is a one of the symptoms of the coronavirus. Yeah. So we have apps that can detect that, can help us, can monitor it, and it can monitor where we were, so that if we are infected, then they will know who to contact. That means you were in close contact with the person who has been affected. So all the health apps. So you have also health apps or health application that help you to track your diet, your exercise, and your mental information, which is good. A lot of us use because I use a tracking device on my phone to tell me how many steps I do per day. Because and I try to go for 1,000 steps per day, and no, I think 10,000, sorry, not 1,000. 10,000 steps per day. If you don't work out, try to track your steps that way. So it will help with movement. Online medical records. We spoke about that. We discussed that already. Online medical records is how they keep our medical records digitally instead of using hard copies. Yeah. Virtual doctors. Nowadays we have a lot of virtual doctors where we can talk, we can interact with them, like how I'm streaming to you guys. You can do it on a Zoom call, or you can do it on your mobile phone. You can do a video call or a WhatsApp video call to your doctor, and they will diagnose you. Yeah, so virtual doctors as well. Online education and ease of research. Yes, we know this. We live on the internet. I love to say Google is our friend. If you don't know anything, research using Google, but you need to use keywords. Yeah. And lastly, it enhanced communication with others, which can improve the feeling of connection. Yes. So it improves our communication, but please talk to each other. Just messaging each other sometimes can be difficult, just messaging. So you want to messaging people. People might be saying what they're not feeling, and if you see the person or if you talk to the person, you might be able to pick up that that person is depressed or that person is not feeling well. But if that person is just messaging you on any sort of device, you might not be able to pick up on if they're okay or not. So that's the end of my talk about how technology affects us. And you know, technology plays a big part in the health sector. We have discussed that already. We have heart monitors, which are technology and enhanced. We have scanners that we can use to scan our bodies for any sort of health problems. We also have numerous things, and we have the systems. We have a lot of health um, aided, computer aided monitoring systems to help you with your health. So to end, technology can be bad, technology can be good. So we have positive and negatives. So based on how you use it, yes, it can be either negative or positive. But we want to start practicing appropriate use. so that we can monitor how we use technology, what we watch on technology, how we interact on technology. There's also the negative effect of cyberbullying, which is not a nice thing. So we want to ensure that we do it right. So end it there. Please practice good use, appropriate use of technology so that you are not affected severely in the long run. Thank you for watching.